Hi, Axfed here, doing a quick video on my educational background. I am just going to touch on the highlights. I do have some lower level education, obviously, but at present I have a bachelor's in science from the University of Iowa, where I studied, and my degree is in econometrics, so basically economics, but through statistical analysis and predictive modeling of markets is more specific what the degree is in. While at the University of Iowa, I also pursued other majors that I did not finish because I just, by that point, wanted to move on and start my federal career. I studied computer science, which is the traditional formal study of computers and basically the theory behind things like programming and general applications and algorithms, things like that. In addition to kind of a crossover between economics and computer science, which was informatics, which is kind of what we think of as big data analysis. I've done a little bit of dabbling into that, and I've got a rough understanding of the field through some graduate level courses that I ended up taking. And then I also studied law while I was at the University of Iowa, and I don't just mean like some of the undergraduate courses that I took, but also I actually formally attended the University of Iowa Law School. I was not admitted as a law student, but I was admitted as an undergraduate, and I took some various courses of interest in accordance with what the school would let me take, and just as kind of a professional preview, if you will, of whether or not I truly wanted to pursue law, because I might talk about this at some point in the future, but I had to deal with the Law School Admission Council and their behaviors that are actually prohibited by law, and they were prohibited from engaging in when I was interacting with them. And I don't know, it's my personal opinion that their behavior and position is a natural monopoly, and they sometimes behave in a way that is a natural monopolistic set of behaviors, which is part of why I believe, again, personal opinion, they've engaged in some prohibited activities. All that to say, that is in the past, so I don't know what the current priorities are of the Law School Admission Council, but based on their previous practices, I needed to determine whether or not I really wanted to pursue a career in law. And in part, based on my experiences with the Law School Admission Council, I chose not to pursue a career in that and instead defaulted to kind of a backup plan, which was to go into IT. So moving on, as far as my professional development, you can't exactly get a career in IT or a degree in IT. So you kind of, IT is more of it's, I would characterize it actually as a trade school kind of profession, which is strange because there's definitely huge crossover between the academic computer science aspects and the operational IT aspects. And my career has been largely shaped by my academic understanding of the field compared to if I had just been doing IT. So as far as my professional certifications, the first one I got was Security Plus. It was a requirement by DoD, the Department of Defense, and I was required to have it in order to be an IT specialist at a low level. And from there, I also obtained a number of other certifications, and along the vein of CompTIA, and this is by no means a recommendation for any aspiring IT specialists, because this one is definitely not required. I also wanted to learn, I believe in going to the lowest rung and learning and building a solid foundation all the way up to the top. So I went back and actually learned on my own and on my own dime the A+ certification and obtained that as well. So I learned how to deal with computers, and maybe on a different channel, different perspective. Part of the reason I did that was also so I could learn how to build computers, and I actually have. It's off screen and I'm not going to show it right now, but I have my own personal machine that I kind of built to do a little bit of everything. And I actually have a couple of computers that I built, and they're all for varying purposes. And to that point, also along the CompTIA vein, one of my professional weak spots is network administration. So I have not had time to complete the training, but as you can see, I had been preparing to, I don't know if there's going to be a glare or not, had been preparing to take the Network Plus exam as well, and then move on to the CCNA. Either the CCNA or the lower level one within Cisco, since that's the most common thing that's kind of in the industry. It's not the end all be all, but just as a way to get my feet really wet and to show that I have the competencies. And I'm not there yet, but that's in the works when I have time and as time allows. So moving beyond that, my current role within the Department of Defense requires me to have a higher level certification than Security Plus. So I was required to pursue that, and I ended up going after the CISSP from ISC squared. And I've held that since 2020, and I already had a lot of IT experience up to that point that covered the 8 domains, because I did everything from identity and access management to a number of other things in risk management. And then when I wasn't working for DoD, I also took a job doing a lot of various other activities that included risk management and to a degree, and incident response, and kind of trying to build a small-scale security program on my own because of just workplace circumstances. So yeah, that's my kind of education and professional development background, and that's all for now. Until next time.